because I understand how important, having played the game, how important film study is, Skip. And you know, even for a quarterback, it's of the utmost importance. And those guys that study film are the guys that are all-time great. You look at the Mannings, you look at the Tom Brady, the Drew Breeses, these guys, the Elways, these guys, Skip, spend a lion's share of the week preparing for Sunday, but it's in the film room. Because you need to know what the hell they're going to be doing on Sunday. You also need to know what the hell you're going to be doing on Sunday also. Skip, this would concern me because now maybe some of it is like, you know, they're trying to sully the kid up. But it strikes me, it sounds like to me, Skip, this is what they do. They get an opportunity, they get the kid in, and they look, they have him do some film work. And they watch his body language. They look at him and see how interested he is in this process, because all of it, the 40 is a process. All that, the combine stuff, that's a process. On the field, that's a process. Film study is a process. We want to see, does he sit up straight, Skip? Is he as attentive as he is about throwing the football on the field? Is he as attentive as he is about other things? So we're watching all of that. And it seems to be maybe that his energy level starts to dissipate when the tape comes on. Because film study is a lot of this, Skip. Bzz, bzz, 3, 4, 5, no sound. You know, that's kind of what got me watching sporting events, Skip, with no sound, because I spent so much time watching game tape and it has no sound. So that's just the way I think I should watch sporting events also. Skip, this would concern me. I don't care how great a leader you are. You don't know what the hell you're doing on Sunday, Skip. Ain't nobody following you. Now, Callie, you got two choices. Now, they're going to do a list. They're going to say the best #1 overall quarterbacks. And then they're going to do another list. The biggest bust as the #1 overall pick. How do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be an Elway or a Bradshaw or a Luck? Or you want to be Jamarcus Russell? Or you want to be a Ryan Leaf, although he wasn't? How do you want to be remembered? The choice is yours. Skip, we had a guy that works with us that told us was a #1 overall pick. And what did he say, Skip? I wish I had studied more. I wish I had studied. Now, it's hard for me to believe now. Michael Vick. Michael Vick. Michael Vick had, he was dynamic. The Michael Vick experience, Skip, can you imagine, like he said, with that kind of ability, had he known, had he studied more and known what the hell he was actually doing, he relied on a lot of God-given ability. And what they're telling you, and because when they say he's on his film is exceptional. Nobody can cast doubt on his film because it's spectacular, it speaks for itself. But there's a process, because there are no Texas Tech, there are no TCUs. That's no disrespect to them, but everybody's Alabama.
A little bit.
Everybody in the NFL, Skip, can play. Those are the best of the best.
I got it.
I know that hurts you, Skip, that you hear this about your guy. It hurts you, Skip. I can tell. I was looking over that like, man, this hurting Skip right now.
You know why? I find it offensive. I just do. All these anonymous quotes, and I go back to on-the-record quotes from Charlie Casserly on NFL Network, and I'm going to reiterate what he said. He said after the Combine that comments he heard from various team insiders, these were the worst comments I ever got on a high-rated quarterback, and I've been doing this for a long time. Leadership about Kyler Murray, not good. Study habits, not good. Board work, below not good. He backtracked a little bit a few days later, and he tried to make the point that if you compare him to Patrick Mahomes on college tape, I put this guy ahead of Mahomes. Trust me, anybody with half a football brain would put this tape ahead of what I saw from Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech. It was off the charts great. It was statistically the greatest year any quarterback has ever played, even beyond Baker Mayfield's year before. And it won him, obviously, the Heisman Trophy. So let me give you just a quick bit of background on Kyler Murray. His father, Kevin, I covered when he was the quarterback at Texas A&M, and he started when he was a true freshman. Started for 4 years, got hurt his second year. But his first year, he led the Southwest Conference in total offense as a pure freshman. And he wound up making second-team All-American. Now, he was an option quarterback. He threw some, but he ran at some also. But he was second-team All-American as a junior. And he beat Bo Jackson's Auburn team in the Cotton Bowl, and he was the MVP of a Cotton Bowl that I covered in, it would be the early 1980s, January of '86. So just for the perspective. Now Kevin couldn't play pro football because he just wasn't that guy.
Right.
He was signed by San Francisco, couldn't make it. Calgary wanted him, he just didn't play. But anyway, he played high-level college football.
Okay.
Cliff Kingsbury became Kyler's soulmate when Kyler was a junior in high school because they clicked on sharing the same vision of offense. They could talk the same language about what Kyler saw is what Cliff sees on offense. Cliff is not a second-level thinker. He's a third-level. Now, it's college football offense, but he's a third-level college football thinker because he took some quarterbacks who didn't deserve to have the numbers that they put up, and he made them into respectable, potential upset kind of quarterbacks where every, once a year they would upset Oklahoma or somebody and have one big win. He was below 500 as a college football coach, but still, he could do special things on offense. So the Kyler Murray I watched last year, I kept telling you, he's a quiet warrior. His body language is one of supreme confidence that borders on arrogance, but it doesn't translate into a lot of chest beating. He didn't celebrate any touchdowns. There's no trash talking. There's no finger pointing. There's no look at me. There's no chest beating. There's nothing. He just plays. He had a serenity about him that comes with only very special athletes that you've been around, where you just watch them walk on the football field or the basketball court, and you just said, that guy believes he is the guy.
Yes.
So Kyler is going to become the first ever to be drafted in the first round of both the NFL and the baseball draft.
Right.
He was the 9th overall pick of the Oakland A's. So this is all special stuff, and he was so good at baseball and football that he's just known from the start. He's really unique.
Right.
Okay, so that guy can also have a little bit of off-field arrogance where if you put him through the combine study groups where you're forced to go in and chalkboard or whiteboard for people, he just doesn't want to do it. It's a waste of his time. It's like beneath him. I got it. I got what you're saying, and it's how you're supposed to play the game. He's not going to play that game. He doesn't care about that game. His attitude is, watch my tape. See what I saw. Look at my reads. See what my coach what was he showing me and what I was seeing. And again, I don't know about this tape watching business. I don't know about being lazy or, I just want to play on Saturday.
So it's not just one guy saying it, Skip. It's not just one guy saying it.
But you said Sully the kid's rep.
Yeah.
This happens every pre-draft to somebody. But forgive me for bringing this up, but I got to because it's starting to scream at me. What? Are we experiencing yet again the black quarterback syndrome before a draft? Is it possible?
It's possible.
Is it possible? Because we always, if somebody's going to go really high, and we've had, just to reiterate for people, Michael Vick went first overall in 01, Jamarcus Russell, who was obviously a big bust in 07, Cam went in 11, and Jameis went in 15. And we've had Donovan and RG3 went second overall, and we had McNair and Achilles Smith and Vince Young went third. So it's not like we haven't had any black quarterbacks drafted very high. But again, there's always a teardown factor.
All those guys that you mentioned, if something came out, well, Cam's a terrible leader. He's fake. He's inauthentic.
Yeah, I know.
There's always something going to come out. But, Skip, here's the thing that I think that, Kyler, you have to guard against. And you see that a lot with supremely talented athletes, that they rely so much on their God-given ability. Guys that don't have that ability. Peyton Manning was not going to run away from anybody. Drew Brees and Tom Brady were not going to run away from anybody. So now it forced them into understand. And if you think about it, Skip, Tom Brady he knows that, look, the turnover in the NFL is great. So a guy might be coaching with the Jets one year, and he might be coaching somewhere else next year, but he's going to bring the same thing. Rex Ryan started at Baltimore. When he went to the Jets, he brought that same defense. He went to Buffalo, he brought that same defense. So guess what Tom Brady had? From watching film and notes, he had a notebook this high. So Rex couldn't fool him. Although he had great success, Tom has been there, done that. Peyton Manning, the recall, what you have to Skip, sometimes in hour 4 of watching tape, there's a defense that they're going to run. Now, you're going to get in the game on Sunday, and you're going to have to be able to recall that. That's going to be the difference.
I got it.
There are times, Skip, I would go into the game, and I'm tired of watching tape because I've watched tape all night at my home for 2 hours, 3 hours, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I got it.
And in meetings. And then you walk to the line on Sunday, Skip, and you see a front They only show the defense once or twice. But, Skip, there's no greater feeling than having seen something on tape, and then you get to the line of scrimmage, and here they come. Boy, I've been waiting.
I know. There's also no worse feeling than they're running something I've never seen before.
Exactly.
They're by you.
Right?
That's when you feel pressure. You feel pressure when you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing, there's no pressure.
True.
Okay, so what did I see last year from Kyler Murray? I did not see from Michael Vick at Virginia Tech. Michael Vick ran to run.
Yes.
He just took off because he was just better than everybody else on the college football field when he took off. He was looking to run before he was looking to throw. Unless the receiver was wide open, he's taking off.
Right.
Kyler moved to throw, to create throwing lanes, because as we know, he's short. He's going to be as short as Doug Flutie was.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to be that.
Right.
And yet Kyler always moved his electric feet, I told you, quickest feet I've ever seen on a football field, to create passing lanes to throw the football. Release is lightning quick. The accuracy, I even saw some quotes about he's not as accurate. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's as accurate as Baker. Seriously. Baker's accuracies can come and go occasionally, too.
Well, the number says he's just as accurate.
Yeah.
The QBR says he's just, as accurate. Touchdown to interception ratio says he's just as good, just as many pass yards. But Skip, you know, this is a necessary evil. It's kind of like, you know, you don't get to be in TV without watching TV. Man, I love being in TV, but I don't really like watching TV. Skip, it's kind of hard to play NFL quarterback without loving film. It's kind of hard. They kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, I just think it's the teardown factor. And I think some of the black quarterback syndrome is operating at a you know, like a subtext level.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
And I hope these guys are wrong, but I'm just telling you, Skip, a lot of times they look at body language and, you know, they're like, wow, he doesn't seem as interested as watching tape as he does going on the football field throwing that out route.
There's just an arrogance about NFL scouts, about college players, especially quarterbacks, like they have no idea what's about to hit them. Okay? And there's a lot of truth to that. But every once in a while, somebody